Hello everyone, welcome to The Outer Worlds. This is a massive, brand new, much anticipated RPG from the makers of Fallout New Vegas. It lives up to the hype and people really enjoy this. This is Fallout in space done extremely well and how people want it to be done. Alright, here we go. So this is a ship, a colony, is basically drifting to this new colony in space, and along the way something happens, but essentially we have arrived at the colony. It's owned and ran by the corporations, and we essentially now have the ability to create our character and go into character design, and then we'll be able to hop into the world. Now the cool thing with Outer Worlds is that this game has a very in-depth skill and perk system, and you can do different types of builds, you can do all kinds of different things in the game, and so it's going to be very important to pick things based on how you want to play the game. I think I want to play more of a range-based style gameplay character, and so that's what I'm going to try to focus on, and maybe not so much like melee, but maybe I'll make it rather even. Then also in this game, there's all kinds of different things you can do, like intimidating people or lying to people. You can play the game however you want. You know, whether that's stealth or non-lethal or like charming and lying your way through different situations, or you can kill everybody. I mean, you can play the game literally however you want, which is huge. Alright, so then there's also skills and perks in game, and without going too crazy in depth to what these things are, skills are essentially what you think they are. They give your character more of a specialization. Perks are things that are like an added bonus, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and as you level up you get skill points, and then you get perk points every 2 levels. You can improve an entire column all at once. And so for example, I have 1 point available, and if I was to click defense here, it would level both of those things up in there just like it did right here to all 3 of these different things. And so if you wanted to make like a tank class, you could just improve melee and defense, and then you're going to be specialized more in like hand-to-hand combat and have that added defense and things like that. You can also like do different things, like for example, once you get to level 20 of intimidate, you get this unlock where you can terrify, and so you can actually cause different things to happen based on like ranking things up. So I unlock specific hit effects underneath the range skill right here, and so as you go along you can actually specialize your character even more. One thing that's important is like engineering, being able to scrap your weapons on the fly. So as you like this game, you basically can loot everything and steal everything, and you want to break all that down so you're not over encumbered, and that's where like something like engineering and these different unlock effects can come into play. Alright, so this is Terra 2. There's a bunch of different planets in this game. I believe you can travel to all of them. It's not like a real true open world game, but you can essentially do like a fast travel to these different areas. Essentially you can there's different hubs and different planets that have different things on them, and this Terra 2 is one of the major ones in the game. Alright, so welcome to the Outer Worlds. Like I said, you know, I'm kind of gonna do like getting started type of thing, but essentially in the game there's a lot of things that are important to know, but like there's a couple things that are very vital to like gameplay experience. One of the things is like being able to repair and like work on your weapons and your armor in game, and basically this is like Skyrim. It's everything that I want in a game where you can literally loot and steal everything. You can play this game however you want, but you can literally go into a shop and then go upstairs, steal everything, and then sell it to the owner, because essentially nothing is registered as stolen in this game, and so you can literally do that type of thing, and that is something that I love. And then like I said, you can play the game however you want, stealthily, non-lethal, you can kill everybody, you can have like an evil playthrough if you want. There's a lot of different ways to do different things in this game, and it's super exciting. Alright, so like I said, when you level up you get skills, you get 10 different skill points, and then you also get perks. And so skills, you know, obviously you can put those, attribute those however you want, but under perks you have all these different things that you can get, like increased health, you can get increased carry capacity, which is obviously important for different things like looting, and then under Tier 2, you need to get 5 from the previous one, and then 10 from either of these two to get Tier 3. And so each individual thing obviously has its importance, but like I said, you can't go back after you pick something and like solidify that. And so you need to really think through your character creation. Alright, so we just landed and we just did a little mission here, and we're making our way to the first town, which is called Edgewater. And just kind of went through a little camp here, a little side thing. And basically the game is pretty straightforward in terms of questing and things like that. There are a couple things to know, like for example, in towns, in these little hubs, you can get different quests, and the way to get different quests is to look for characters that are named. You find named characters, and so there'll be like a faction name and then like their profession, so like something engineer or something whatever. Those don't give quests. The specific people with specific names are the people who give quests, and so you're gonna want to look for those. And see, this guy's name is Corporate Recruit. He's not going to give you a quest. So the cool thing about this game is that you can literally steal everything, and when you steal things, you can take those and you can sell them. They're useful in different ways. Now, I just stole a weapon modification that was on the table here. Weapon mods can be applied at workbenches. There's weapon mods and there's also tinkering, and each individual thing, so like you get these different weapon parts when you break things down, and all these different things. So like this is Mr. Ouch, weapon melee mod, and this increases the damage dealt from a power attack. And this can be applied via a workbench, and so you can also do things like tinkering. Tinkering slightly improves like DPS of like an item or something like that, and so you want to look for workbenches. Workbenches also let you break things down, but as you go along, if you increase your engineering skill, you can actually break things down as you go along. And like I said, all the skills are very valuable, and since you can steal everything in this game and loot everything, why not literally loot everything that you possibly can and then take those things and sell them back to some vendor. So here's a mag pick. These mag picks are what you need to essentially unlock different things, and so I'll kind of show you what I mean by that in a second. But essentially in this game there are no like mini games. So right here you see I need the top number is your skill, like 18. I have 18 skill. 5 is required to pick this. I need 3 mag picks in order to do that, and if I have those 3, I can just go ahead and open it. Same with kind of like hacking. You have a specific skill for hacking, and essentially you just go up to a terminal and you can hack away without having to do some kind of mini game, which I actually really enjoy. I like that aspect of it because I was never really a big massive fan of hacking in like Fallout games, and so having it where you just need required items is, in my opinion, a nice thing for the game. Doing different actions like discovering things or talking to people and persuading them or intimidating them, they give different experience points, and that obviously helps towards leveling up different things in the game. And so doing all kinds of different things are very vital. Also, another thing to note too is that given the fact that these areas are a little small, there are hidden places like these things right here. They've made use of all the space, and so exploring is rather vital in this game to discover specific things and also find things like unique weapons. Unique weapons can be gained via quests or also via looting, and so those are the types of things that you can find as you go along. And unique weapons essentially are these items that have increased perks and stats, and they're identifiable in your inventory by like a symbol in the background will be like a golden symbol. And so you want to do things that you can to just kind of loot and explore, because you never know what you're gonna find. Oh, we're going to the Salt Tuna Cannery. Let's find out what the I'm just gonna kind of play through this and you guys can see for yourself kind of various different things. So this is like a terminal right here. This one's unlocked, and so we don't need to hack it or anything like that, but you can see, like, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Now I don't think there's anybody around, so I can just steal. I didn't even check at first, I just started stealing stuff. I'm already in Skyrim mode. In Skyrim I used to steal literally everything all the time. And so, yeah, I think this will be good. Okay, here we go. Let's go on up. So this is the first companion that you encounter, as far as I can tell. And basically companions fight alongside you. They can do different things for you. You can equip them with weaponry. Having additional weaponry is not only good for scrapping and repairing and things like that, but it also lets you outfit different companions. It's pretty cool. So we're going to go get this power regulator from this plant, and we're going to essentially get power to our ship. So you can see right here, companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills, they increase your carrying capacity, and you can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. You see, you can also give like different commands, like for example, I can tell her where to go, that type of thing. And so having them is pretty cool. Like I said, it pays to literally loot everything and steal everything because you can get all kinds of cool weapons. So even in this first building, I found a couple things that were just in chests that you can steal, and then as long as you don't get caught, you're good to go. Alright, so we just talked to the vicar, who basically gave us some advice about getting everybody to come together. That's my son. He's sitting on my lap. Getting everybody to come together and to essentially return to Edgewater, and then we can still take the power essentially and repair the ship. But he also asked me to do a side quest to look for a journal, and so that's kind of the idea. Now you can see right here, you can see different types of wildlife that you can encounter. Not only are there marauders and things like that, but there are also wildlife that threaten the lives, which is why it's a little, unsafe for the people to have power cut off and to not essentially, not have some kind of shelter and power and defense from the elements as well as from marauders. Now I'm just going to open this just to grab this stuff, and we're going to be on our way. They're also not only unique weapons, but they're also pristine items. So I found this, tossball stick. I stole it, essentially. And you can get these items. They're a little bit better, obviously. This one's, I have a hammer, though, that's better. This is a workbench, and this is where you can modify and tinker and repair and break down different things. And so if you have a mod for a specific thing, so like yes, I do. So this is going to increase the power attack damage, and so I'm going to install this mod. Mods can't be recovered, but you can replace them as time goes on, and so just keep that in mind. If you have a mod that you really like, you might not want to use that right away, just to make sure that you can save that. Now this one is we don't need to, I'm not going to put that on there, but then you can obviously tinker, like I said, which you can see right there. It says kind of the cost of everything, and then what happens. You get a damage increase on the side there. It kind of says that grenade launcher 85 to 91 damage if I were to tinker with it and to improve it, and I said why not, might as well. And just to do it, it's just a little boost, it's not anything too great. You can also repair things if you need to, and then break down things. So obviously just follow the prompts to do that. All this stuff I don't need. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to actually break it all down to get all of those different weapon parts, so that way I might sell this 13. We'll keep that to sell maybe, because I'm going to try to sell like everything that I essentially need to. So I also have like this right here, so you can see it says 120. So this damage type is shock, and there's all kinds of different damage types in the game. There's physical shock, poison, plasma, N-ray, and you can identify them by the symbol and the rating and the color, and they all have varying like stats and effects of, and certain enemies have different weaknesses, and so you might want to use something else in order to, be better against, like, for example, robots are weak against shock damage, and so things like that. And so lots of things that go into the game, lots of different things that you can do, but essentially you have the ability of getting all kinds of different types of weapons that can essentially help as you go along through the game. So there are also vending machines in game that you can find, and these vending machines offer a bunch of different items that you can purchase, and a hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. And so like in the skills, when you look in the different things you can unlock, that's where you're going to find these different abilities and things like that. And so there are also restricted items on a vendor. It can only be purchased when you have high enough reputation with that associated faction, or a hack skill of 40 or higher. And so these things are going to be, big boosts to different things, but they also cost credits. And so, you just can't like, I need some of these long range things. And so just keep that in mind. You'll find them around. Generally, though, I think, it's not something that, because I think you can just repair items and find different items that most likely will save you in terms of cost overall. And so you know, you can just kind of do it however you wish to do things, but essentially just keep in mind there are vending machines that you can purchase from in the game. Alright, so anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Just a quick little video kind of talking about things getting started, things you can look forward to when you first play the game, and some basic information. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more. I'm definitely going to be bringing more, and so if you want more, definitely make sure to subscribe. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Things are going well. I will see you guys in the next episode.